Good morning, friends from the event. This is Tara, and I am sharing with you from beautiful British Columbia. The sun is shining, and I am so happy and grateful to be here in this space with you. I've been thinking about all of you as I've been diving into this Ignite Your Prosperity workshop. We're going into day 2, as within, so without, the subconscious mind and self-image. As I've been diving into these practices, and I absolutely love this material because when you do the work, it works. It's all about understanding your mind and understanding that there's a program that works automatically, that's running the show most of the time. Actually, 96 to 98% of the time, this subconscious program is just doing its thing. You're not even thinking. This subconscious part of you operates in every cell of your body. Really think about that. Every cell of your body, and it works with universal intelligence. So the subconscious is a genetic and environmental programming. That's why many of the things we do, we're like, why do I do that? Why do I think that? Where'd that habit come from? Why do I look so much like my parents? Why do I like that food? You know, a lot of that comes from many generations back. You know, my mentor, Bob, he would always say, someone might be responsible for programming you, but you are responsible for programming yourself. So if you want to reach greater prosperity and success in your life, then you got to do something about it. You got to start studying you. You've got to start studying the laws that govern you. I call these God's laws. You have to have a desire. We talked about that on day 1, desire and the higher mental faculty of imagination. All you have to do is start dreaming. If you don't like your current reality, if you're not happy with the planet right now, what do you want to create? Because it all starts with you. That's your conscious mind. Your conscious mind has the ability to think. And as you impress that on the subconscious, which is where the programming is, we refer to this as a paradigm, just a multitude of habits. It's our conditioning. It's our belief systems. It's our addictions. It's our self-image. It's all of that genetic and environmental programming. As you impress it over time, that becomes the new program, the new model. So I'm just vibing high because I absolutely love the material that we teach, because when you do the work, your life and your results just gets better and better. It's all by law. And better is a really good thing. So I would inspire each and every one of you to just take a look at what are you planting, especially at this time of year. We are in the springtime. This opportunity to transform, to create, to rejuvenate, to grow. Whatever you plant through repetition will grow. You can plant weeds and you could plant flowers. It's like your thoughts. What are you planting? Because whatever you plant and whatever you nourish will grow. So it all starts within you. If you want to get better results in your life, if you want to feel better, if you want to experience more prosperity, plant the seeds of what you wish to see and work on that every single day. Now, I should note that that part of you that's genetically and environmentally programmed, it doesn't want to change. And I can relate. So I've spent many years studying this material, studying me, studying the laws. And so just notice. You've noticed this before. You know you got to get up and you know you got to go for that run. You know you should pick the salad over the cheesecake. You know that you just need to show up better. Or maybe, you know, there's a event or a course that you made a commitment to, but then something comes up and you just can't do it, but you know it's where you need to be. That's the paradigm. It doesn't want to change. Things don't change. We change. So I want to encourage you, wherever you're at right now, to really just take some time to go inside. And remember, you've heard me say this many times, your results always tell you the truth. We might lie to ourselves, but our results doesn't. As within, so without. So without, as within. Opportunities, blessings, challenges are good because they help us grow. So I want to encourage each and every one of you to focus your thought energy on what you want to create. And then through repetition, to really nourish that and to take action. Without action, nothing changes in our lives. So this is where I'm at. I am walking, talking, living, loving this material that I teach. And if you want to hop on, there's still time. We're going into day 2. Join. And make it an absolutely great day. Don't forget to reflect on your gratitudes and your blessings. Bye, everyone.
Hey, beautiful people. Mike Winter here. Hope you guys are enjoying your week. I just got back from a pretty epic snowboarding trip with the fam for spring break. Kind of humorous. Last week I'm talking about the unfolding of spring and the beautiful flowers and bees and all the life springing into action, and here we are back in winter. Literally just in the middle of a winter storm. Life is always throwing us a curveball, and I wanted to just address that real quick and from a couple experiences I had over the weekend, and hopefully give us some insights into how we can tackle these changes as they come at us in seemingly faster and faster ways. Like I said, I was up snowboarding with the family, or most of the family skis, but my older son decided he wanted to become a snowboarder. And it was at first not convenient because we had friends we were with, and we didn't want to have to go through that whole process and rigmarole of learning how to start something from scratch. But boy, am I glad he did, because it was a great microcosm for how we learn and how we tackle challenges. Seeing my little buddy go through the process of literally first day on a snowboard, falling on his butt, and being very frustrated, to the last day, rising to the occasion and going up to the big boy runs and mastering in many ways the art of snowboarding in 4 days was mind-boggling and very cool to see. And the thing that was so amazing about it is, if he was by himself, he definitely wouldn't have gotten there. It was due to community around him. The other young snowboarders and instructors and his family, his grandma pushing him on and supporting him, and his friends. And the fact that then by day 4, and we were in blizzard-like conditions, and he didn't want to face the challenge of the blustery winds and everything and go up to the top of that lift and look down the scary mountain and take that challenge on, having just learned this craft. He wasn't going to do it, but we pushed him, and he did it, and boy, did he come through in amazing ways. And we videotaped it, and it was a huge celebration, and he is now a snowboarder. And it was thanks to community that he was able to pull that off. And I just want to reiterate that when there are times when we feel alone and we're being challenged in ways that we feel like others won't understand, please remember we have community here. We have community in all other areas of our lives if we just seek it out, and we are also open to it. And it might come with some criticism, or it might come with some challenges to our perceptions. But sometimes I think we need that to get up the top of that mountain and ride it down, right on down, and enjoy the successes that come with it. So that's my message for this week. Hope it rings true for some of y'all, and hope you all have a blessed week and a wonderful weekend with family and friends, and we'll see you next week. Love y'all.
Hello, lovely ones. One of the main resistances that many of us have to the process of coming home to our true self is the fear that you won't find anything good at the core of who you are. This fear is based on past experience, but is not true, is not real. It's a self-created belief from experience that has nothing to do with the brilliance, the infinite soul that you are. It could be this fear, this guilt and or shame-based perspective is like a shroud around the core of your being, your soul. And it could be something in your developmental process as simple as, the seed of it in the experience of your developmental life could be something as simple as a commonplace practice from a generation ago, such as your parents letting you cry it out as a baby because that's what they were told they should do. In that state, being helpless in this world, the terror that was felt for that moment, at least, created a story that you are not worthy to be receiving love when you feel scared and when you feel that you most need it. Another example, developmentally, could be the mutilation that has occurred in many baby boys' experience, being 8 days old or whatever it was, being circumcised. And that, again, because of a norm that was set up and accepted by entire populations on this planet that didn't know any better. And so the belief that, well, the pain, first of all, right? The pain of experiencing that searing process in a very sensitive, undeveloped part of your body, led to many stories around shame and or guilt. And those two are often not as separate as we would like them to be. So there's this, so consequently, and it could be past life too, based upon a past life experience. If you believe in past lives, I am pretty sure that they exist. Based upon an inkling of a deeper understanding in your soul that you did something that was not worthy of honor. So this process of coming back to your true self can be harrowing, especially when we're asked to do it in this time in which we've all been traumatized We're all reliving these traumas of separation because we had entrusted our safety and much of our power to these social institutions, these parental type figures in this world. You know, you can say daddy government and mommy media or mommy medical, I think as our friend Kelly Brogan says. And these safety nets, these institutions which were supposed to be taking care of us, we have found that they're not. That in many cases they want to kill us. So this creates a context in which there's tremendous pressure in this call back to our home, the home of our true self, in which we are being directed by our source from within to go within, to have the courage to face the fear that we will not find anything good if we stop abandoning ourselves and come home. That we will, the fear that we, and this is, I can share this with you. And I know that there are many people, many souls out there, perhaps many listening to this right now, that can relate to this core level of experience of guilt and shame, which is based upon experience and which is based upon untruth. I experienced this, and I'm experiencing this as I'm coming home to myself now in this season of my life. And so I have spent many years of my life, and many of you perhaps can relate to this too, of projecting the duality out there, focusing on these intense problems out there, trying to bring the solutions to problems out there from a place of desiring more than anything reconciliation. And I believe at this time we are being invited by our source more and more to come home to what's real and to bring our awareness and our love and our experience of our feeling, even those difficult feelings, in a process of self-forgiveness, coming home to ourselves at this time as the core experience of our life to go from external to internal. And this is the path of awakening. The path of awakening is not everyone come together and we fix all the problems on the planet with our collective creative energies in exclusively, external. That is the illusion. That's the illusion. And I see that now, and I feel that now more clearly than ever. The path of awakening is coming home. And the ancients knew this. I mean, those with knowledge throughout human civilization knew that only a small percentage of people would actually do this path. And most of those would just do it as a last resort, as a process, or as a response to something very traumatic in their lives. Just a small percent would actually allow themselves, you could say, to be transformed from a coal to a diamond. We go through the initiate's way. And we are being initiated right now. This is a big invitation to be initiated. On one level, the intentions are evil, and on a higher level, there is tremendous good in this, and we get to choose how we interpret that. And that's another harrowing aspect. We actually get to choose and to experience, is this universe a benevolent place? Is this universe a malevolent place? And so I'm right there. I'm right there with you. And it's really intense. And we've experienced so much self-sabotage, self-abandonment, projection, anger, pent-up anger, pent-up rage, pent-up grief. You know, experiences even as children being told either directly or indirectly that we're not allowed to experience certain things. We're not allowed to say certain things. Our voice really doesn't matter. Kids should be seen and not heard. These things that have created an experiential story that our mind has reinforced around the idea that we are not inherently worthy and good and beautiful and valuable and redeemable even. So we're coming out of the illusion. That's the illusion. The great revealing is that which is underneath this shroud that we have conspired to co-create out of fear. So let us move together in faith, the true faith of finding out and deciding and living in the choice to find out, to learn about who we really are, to walk the path of self-forgiveness. And I don't know about you, but I think it's time for a rewatching of that old film for me, Good Will Hunting from 1997, with Matt Damon and Robin Williams, because I remember back in the day that my first viewing of that moved me, and that was one of the good ones before Holy Weird went weird, as this timeline went crazy, has gone crazy, again to get the called out ones to become fully self-aware, to self-forgive, to come home. Love you guys.
Hey there. So I would like to talk today about water. I want you to go get some water and sip on it throughout the day today. The number one takeaway that I will keep with me from this year's big idea was the power, the consciousness, the potential of water. I will make sure and include some links from Veda Austin. If you're not familiar with her work, I want you to go look at her images, as she is proving in tens of thousands of images that water is intelligent, and then we can have conversations with it, and that there's a consciousness there that proves the effect of the transference of energy and what happens within us because we are giant bags of water. And so how thoughts and emotions affect us and affect gatherings and groups of people. I want you to look to Dr. Andrew Kaufman to learn about structured water, about water fasting, about the way that we've been taught about water and the missing pieces that will be game changers for our health, for our mental clarity, for curing dis-ease. As I'm getting ready to walk into my chiropractic practice this morning, I have just about everybody who walks through the door symptomatically, right? And we have a lot of wellness patients, but we have a lot of people who come in and say, it hurts right here. I have this headache. I've got this thing. You can look to aches and pains and symptoms and dis-ease. An underlying root cause in the majority of these cases, and cases of any kind, is dehydration. And so I want you to really look at how much water do I drink? What type of water do I drink? And what if that's the one thing? What if simple is hard? What if that one simple adjustment in your day-to-day life could be the golden key to unlocking new health, wellness, and vibrantly alive potential for you and your family? So we'll include a few links in this episode for you to check out. And if you would like, I would love for you to jump in our Telegram channel and tell me what type of water you drink, what water tips you have, and if you have any personal testimonials about the power and potential of water.